You know, taking me back a couple of years ago, man. I'm getting old. If I'm starting to reminisce about my life back then, I'm getting old. But okay, I remember when we started farming in the eastern part of Namibia called Omaheke, right? The Witfley, which is called Mataura in Osherero. So when we were farming there, we started off with 12 cows, 12 pregnant animals we bought from an uncle of ours. So it was mixed masalat cows. You know, you had some Brahman crosses, you had some pure Brahmans, you had some Guni type cows. So we just had different cows. And now, because I just come from the village, and you know, when you come from the village, like you're coming from a communal area where we don't really pride ourselves on quality, we just pride ourselves on quantity, having a lot of animals. You're coming to learn about things like medication, supplementation, um, all this nitty gritty stuff that you do not know, when to supplement, how to supplement, what type of, how to inject cattle. Because in the village where I came from, we didn't inject our own cows. The government used to come do it for us, particularly when there were like outbreaks, the diseases, and they would go to the various villages and inoculate. So then now I have to learn all those things, and I don't have any qualification in agriculture. I didn't even do agriculture in school, because the school I was attending didn't offer agriculture as a subject to teach. So then I have to look for people to educate me. So then I go through this book, AgriForum, right, which is like the version of Landbow here in Namibia. It was the Brahman special. The Brahman was celebrating, I think, 90 years of existence. So then they had a page of all their breeders. I'm calling some of them, some answer, some of them are kind. I call this one man, and I'll never forget his name. Honestly, every time I talk about farming, I cannot talk about my agricultural journey without mentioning this gentleman's name, by the name of Andries de Jager, owner of Wisana Brahman. I call him, he answers. I start asking him things like, yeah, okay, what type of, because we're also at the time also looking to acquire a Brahman bull, because my dad's a Brahman guy. So he made up his mind and said, we're going to go Brahman. So we had our first Brahman bull, and now we're trying to get a second Brahman bull, because he was into white Brahmans. So then I talked to Mr. Andries de Jager. Mr. De Jager starts explaining how farming is supposed to be done, etc., etc. And then he said something that stands out today with me in my so many years, even though I'm not actively farming. But this is something that I always, when my clients call me and they say they need help and they invite me to their farm, I go spend a weekend or two or three on their farm. I always tell them that farming is like drawing, right? When we were all kids, we used to love drawing. Maybe you used to like drawing cars, maybe you used to like drawing cartoons, maybe you used to like drawing stick figures. But you already have a concept in your head of how you're going to draw, what you're going to draw. If you're a guy who's going to draw a car, what type of car you're going to draw, what color is it going to be, are you going to put rims, etc. on it. So he was telling me that it's like that. It's like drawing a picture. Before you can even reach to the canvas to start drawing the figure, you already need to have it here in your head, how it's going to look, before you can already put it on paper. So this is why I always advise people, and I particularly my relatives that are in the villages that say they want to buy livestock, they want to start cattle farming or goat farming or sheep farming. I always tell them, first envision what it is that you want to have. Do you want to breed bull goats, or do you want to breed Kalaharis, or do you want to breed Savannahs, or do you want to breed, if it's sheep, do you want to breed Van Rooyen or Persians or Dobers? Have the picture in your head, and then implement before you get to the sketch, to the sketchbook, and you start drawing, because it's gonna be very difficult for you to get to the canvas and you start drawing already. You don't yet know what you want to draw, but your hand is just doing something. You're gonna keep on erasing, and having to start over, rather than when you already have an idea, a vision in your head that I went to my mentor's farm, for this case Andries de Jager, he's a white Brahman farmer, I want to reach his level. So already I have the picture in my head, so I'm going to be working towards that picture to say, his cattle look like this. Does this bull meet what I want? No, take it out, put another one, you know? So it is critical that we develop that mindset. And I always tell my I don't really call my clients, I call them more friends, because I remember last year, right around this time, I was going to a farm of a female here in the southern part of the country. She was inheriting her father's farm. And the father had established a goat farm. So on that goat farm, the father had bought Burgoats, Kalari, various. No, 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 it didn't. So I remember we'd go to her farm, and the father had tried to establish goats, different type of goats. So the farm just had lots of different breeds. So I was telling her, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want to go Burgoat? Do you want to go Kalahari? Because I see there's some Kalaharis here. I see there's some white goats. What do you want to do? Because now your dad was doing the having different things. Maybe you should try and streamline it. And she said she likes Burgoat. So I was like, go Burgoat. That's how you should go, because that's what you like. If you like it, you should go that way. You know, don't just say you like this today and you want to switch. But yeah, that's just what Andres told me. It's about before you do it, have it already up here. Before you get to the canvas and start drawing, already have an idea of what you want to put onto the canvas. Then you go ahead.